Okay. I am Letha, and we are here at the We Believe Digital Podcast. Today, I want to talk about, or I want to raise a question: businesses leave in Jackson, Mississippi. Is it a bad thing? In my opinion, the answer is no. We go back and forth about how hard it is for businesses, especially black businesses. I'm not one that cares for the label, but however, with businesses leaving Jackson, in my mind, that should really be a way for your smaller businesses to be able to have some form of incentives. You can't always think of things as a bad thing just because something is leaving or just because something is not there. Another problem I have with that situation is this we need mindset. We need these larger entities. We need these bigger corporations. We need these places to come in and give us the resources that we need, but yet and still we're the ones who are spending the most money, and we're the ones who tend to struggle more when it comes to our businesses. So my question is it such a bad thing? Maybe we need to change our mindset. Maybe we just need to do something different. Maybe we're truly being forced into putting our money where our money should be spent anyway. We talk about how people don't care. We talk about how nobody is looking out for us. We talk about how all of these people, they can come in and they can get all these things, but yet and still the way it's being made for a lot of small businesses in the area. Take for example, I'm gonna use Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel leaving is not a bad thing. Why is Cracker Barrel leaving the area such a bad thing? You have so many places that you can go get a hot meal, and a lot of these places have been places that have been struggling or started struggling when a lot of these larger corporations came into place. So maybe we should accept the fact that the things that we have been saying for a while, the things that we have been making our voices known for a while, maybe the way is truly being made for us. And while the way is being made, and I'm not just talking about black people, I'm talking about for Jackson, Mississippi, period, maybe that's a time that we got to get out that headspace, and we need to be patronizing these businesses that's been here the whole time. I can appreciate going to a place and you get more interaction with people. I can appreciate going to a place knowing that they're local. A lot of the times with your local business owners, they have a sense of loyalty, they have a sense of urgency to their local communities. But yet and still, as businesses leave out, people complain about the businesses leaving. Then we want to talk about how bad the crime is getting. I don't even think crime is getting any worse, but I do think if we shift our focus, we shift our energy, and keep our money right where our money is. If people make it known to you that your money is not important, Put your money where your money is going to be respected. Put your money where your money is going to be cherished. You don't have to take your money to the next county. You don't have to take your money over to the next state. You can keep your money and your financial resources right here. And that's one of our biggest problems. We're not taught true economics. We're not taught true economics. We're taught to spend. We're not taught to budget. We're not taught where to spend. We're not taught how to spend. We're not taught when to spend. We're not even taught enough about small businesses or those businesses that have been in place for a while. We're not taking these children to these businesses. You have to expose everybody to everything. I'm not against the businesses leaving Jackson. I'm not. I'm not against it. I think that it's a major financial incentive for your businesses that have already been in place. I think it gives those people who are local that may just be starting up, I think it helps give them a kind of a leg up, because what it did was it allowed more people to be able to have access. It's not so much of a split across the dollar. But the question is, since we know places are leaving, and since you know people in the area provide you the services, why choose to still go somewhere else and spend your money? Why not utilize your money locally, continually with your local people? And I think that for me, that's the biggest thing. And then we talk about, well, they're cutting jobs. You do know that any W-2 employee pays taxes. And I know we all have to pay taxes, but I'm going to go somewhere with that. Any W-2 employee pay taxes. So you take anything less than $25 an hour, okay? Anything less than $25 an hour. FICA gets 7.65% of that. Then you have to still pay into your state taxes. You have to pay into all of these other taxes. Most people pay an average of $20 to $25 per $100 that they earn. So technically, whatever the money that you're earning anyway, whatever the money that you think people are truly paying people and cutting people, they're not cutting people out the way. People are not getting paid anyway from the larger entities in the manner that people say that they're getting paid. So why not just allow your mindset, and why not more people get outside the box and just be okay with understanding that it is okay and it's not a big thing. Let more businesses leave. I don't want Jackson vacant. I truly don't. I think it's sad sometimes when people have a grocery store and they're used to going to the grocery store right around the corner. But my issue with us, sometimes mainly black people, we used to have our own grocery stores. We used to have our own hospitals. We used to control our own money. We used to have our own banks. We used to have our own schools. We used to have full control over our education system. So why are we mentally overcomplicating a situation that should be simplified? We need to use the fact that things are leaving to go on and jump in. And I'm sure somebody's going to say, well, we can't afford the land. Okay, fine. You may not be able to afford the land. Maybe a group of people need to jump in and afford the land. I don't have the answers for everything, but what I can say is stop allowing people to convince us that we're just this impoverished area, because it's a lot of development going on. If you truly pay attention to what's happening, we're in this impoverished area. We're in this area and property value is going down. We're in this area and all of these businesses are leaving, but we're also in an area where you have a lot of small business owners who actually offer the same services that you have been utilizing from other places. You're just being kind of forced to utilize their services now. And I understand people talk about, you're not going to spend your money Well, your money is not appreciated. Well, when people are in a position to pay their people and they choose not to pay their people, you know, they cherish your money because you're spending their money, but those employees are truly the basis and the foundations that what has allowed these businesses to be able to succeed and thrive anyway. And I tell anybody, when you work for a business, it's your responsibility to go in there and learn something. Whether you work at KFC, McDonald's, Sonic, Chick-fil-A, if you work at a local radio station, if you work in a local clothing store, it's your responsibility to go in there and learn the business aspect of it. Learn how they operate. Learn how they function. Don't just go to a business just to earn a paycheck. That's truly not why you're there. And that way, in the event that something possibly does lead, you may not have the financial resources, but you have the knowledge. So why not utilize your knowledge, link up with somebody? And there are so many people that have the financial resources, but they truly don't have the knowledge. They haven't done the work. They don't know the studying. They don't know how things operate. They don't understand payroll. They don't understand accounts payable and accounts receivable. They don't understand about labor costs. And these are all the things that these larger businesses have to operate off of, and that's fine. But also, it's okay that they're leaving. Go utilize that local shoe store. Go utilize that little local mom and pop place, or whatever we want to call it. You know, go utilize those places. Utilize the places that you have that are still here, and go on and do your research. When you find out that a place is possibly leaving, don't wait for, the property management to go in there and put up a sale sign. These are things that we're supposed to be up ahead of anyway. We're so busy complaining about the problems, and everybody got something to say, and everybody got their input, but not enough people truly have valuable solutions. And part of the solution is accepting the fact, in my most humble opinion, that it's okay that they're leaving. So what? It's not going to change that they're leaving because people are not happy that they're leaving. It's not going to change. It's not going to change the fact that this used to be a grocery store on this side of town, on north, south, west, east, or west Jackson, whatever it is, and the grocery store is no longer there. It's not going to change that. It's not going to change the fact that that particular place is not there. But who are the people that are willing to pull together? And maybe if you don't run a full grocery store, why not run a meat store? You have a lot of local gardeners. Go patronize your local gardeners. Why can't some local people pull together and pull their resources together and operate a meat house? Why they can't pull together and operate a paper company, a toilet paper company? Why people are so busy focusing and using all of this energy and using all of this time talking about why things are leaving and how people don't love Jackson, when somebody show you, or if it appears to be that they don't care, why are you dwelling on that fact? We need to be dwelling on, how can this be an incentive for us? How can this be an incentive for me? How can I make this work? How can I get in front of the curve? Is it a possible way that I can maybe get on board with something before somebody else does? Because I shared with somebody the other day, they're steady building, they're building gas stations, and it's more liquor stores. What does that tell you? Gas station come in town, the way gas going up, people doing a whole lot of riding, people doing a whole lot of drinking. That's just what's going on in the demographics. And in demographics, businesses tend to come in and offer, based off what's going on in the demographics, how the money is being spent. And this is stuff that people can just pull up and look up anyway. So if it shows that you have these liquor stores bringing in all of this revenue, if it shows that you have these gas stations bringing in all of this revenue, if it shows that these retail places are not bringing in enough revenue, if it shows that these breakfast eating places or these chain restaurants are not bringing in enough revenue, why will people continue to stay to put themselves in the hole? And so I just want to kind of shake that question up and just plant that seed about being okay with it. It's not such a bad thing. It's a good thing. There are some people who are truly utilizing the fact of businesses leaving to make that work for them. This right now ends our first segment. We will be tuning in after a couple of minutes. And please invite somebody to tune in while we take a brief break. Letha's Real Talk on the We Believe Digital Podcast Network. Thank you.
Are you dreaming of becoming an entrepreneur, but you're not sure where or how to start? At Entrepreneurs Academy 101, our online program will guide you step by step on how to start and grow your own business. We offer courses such as how to write a business plan, how to create a budget, and so much more. Our online training program is designed for you to learn at your own pace, and there's no set order to complete this program. Because our academy is online, you have the choice to learn with a group, with friends, or individually. Upon completion of the entire curriculum, you will receive a certificate of achievement to acknowledge that you have completed the training needed to become a successful entrepreneur. So enroll today to design the life that you love. Contact your entrepreneur coach, Brenda Myers, at 601-672-0695 or visit our website at www.entrepreneursacademy101.com for more information.
Looking for the hottest content in the city of Jackson and surrounding areas? Check out WeBelieveDigital.com. Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We Believe Digital Podcast is here for all your podcasting needs.
3, 2, 1. Thank you for tuning in to Letha's Real Talk on the We Believe Digital Podcast Network. I am Letha. This is the second segment of our show today, and the question and the vent for the day is: businesses leaving Jackson, Mississippi, is it a bad thing? In my opinion, the answer is no. Just a quick recap about the first segment, and as I carry it out, people have to learn to utilize a crisis to excel. And I know that sounds harsh, but I got that from my brother during COVID. I got that from my brother. My brother was, he's always doing something. He's always doing something. So during COVID, basically I think probably 99% of the family was not going anywhere. And he was out, he was doing his Ubering. And I can remember talking to him one day, and I'm like, you need to be somewhere in the house. You need to be in the house. You need to be locked up. It's too dangerous out here. People are getting sick, people doing all of these things. And his scenario was, whenever there's a shift in money and power, it's going to be some heavy changes. He said, and people got to learn that when a crisis hit, either you're going to end up on the part of the haves or you're going to end up on the part of the have-nots. And you have to truly decide what side are you going to be on. So it's not so much of a fact that we need these businesses. These businesses need us. Businesses need patrons. They need customers. They need clients. They need guests. They need people to spend their money. Money is power. So don't be so, bent over the fact that these businesses are leaving. Accept the fact that they're leaving and utilize some people that would appreciate your money a little bit more. Now, we run into the fact of money. People tend to charge a little bit too much. Be okay with paying people their prices if they provide you with a good product and a good service. I don't mean no harm, but we're the ones spending more money on luxury cars, purses, high-end tennis shoes. We're and cell phones and eating out. That's where a lot of our money go. I didn't mention nothing in that about no land. I didn't mention nothing in that about no stocks and bonds. I didn't mention nothing in that about starting businesses, starting schools, starting banks. I didn't even mention that. So when you think about where the resources are going, it's not that the businesses are leaving us. Maybe we left ourselves a long time ago. Maybe there wasn't enough education and knowledge and training given on how we need to spend our money and where our money needed to go. Maybe it wasn't emphasized enough that it's okay to be a business owner. Being a business owner was not on the curriculum in school that I know of when I came through school. I wasn't taught to be a business owner, even though my mama's dad was a farmer. They have, and well, bless their souls, plenty of land. So it's things that people truly were not taught. And you can't get upset with other people from other places or from other regions coming in, all because they were taught something different. The people who spend the money technically have the more power. It's not for me to critique where people spend their money. I just have an issue with people making it such a focus and making it such a point that Jackson is just this place that is just going to nowhere, and that to me is just a blatant lie. It's not the truth. I'm not going to say where I live, but I will say this. I've been watching where I live for a minute now. We bought our home during COVID last year, a little over a year ago. Interest rates were steady going up. Rent was steady going up. You know, you're paying over $1,000 for rent in something that they may not give you the option to possibly buy after 15 years. That house could technically be paid off if you know what you're doing and apply more money toward the principal, but that's on another show. You know, we made that decision. Now, as I'm driving out this morning, I'm saying, you know, I'm so thankful we bought our home when we did and where we did. Because you know what? There's steady development in the area. And it's more residential. And I'm going to tell you something. Where you got more houses, no matter what people tend to think, you're going to have less problems. You know, and where you have more homeowners, you're really going to have less problems. So the value needs to be put in ownership, not in the value in patronizing. And there's a difference. We put too much value in not being able to spend our money with the entity instead of being the entity that holds the money and provides the service. And I just want to encourage anybody, if you know people that may have the financial resources and you may not have it, you can pitch them an idea. You don't have to, you know, teach everybody everything you know, but there is nothing wrong with saying, look, you know, I worked at this gas station for like 10 years. You know, I don't have any money, you know, but I just want to pitch this idea to you just to, you know, run it by you just to see. Now, the issue with that, somebody gonna come back and see, you know, you throw your ideas out there to people. People don't want to pay you for your ideas, you know, they'll take your ideas and they'll run off with it. It's a gamble. No matter how you look at it, it's gonna be a gamble. Okay? Just do it wasn't even Nike's original phrase. And y'all can go do your research on that. Nike just took the phrase and capitalized off of it. That was not even Nike's phrase. Okay? Nike capitalized off of that. And we're not taught to capitalize. We're taught to devalue and to spend in excess. And then when we are given things for convenience, like grocery stores and places out to eat, these are just things of convenience. They're not, they're conveniences. And the moment the conveniences are taken away, people go into panic. Well, what are those people going to do? The grocery store is done. Okay, well, you know what? People used to be awake. It used to be a point in time when the grocery store was 10 miles plus out away from people. It used to be a point in time when people had to walk to school. It used to be a point in time to where it wasn't a gas station around the corner. It used to be a point in time to where you could not order your food online. And the mindset of the people have to change. And once your mindset starts changing, your actions will tend to be different, and things will progress or not progress based off your actions. I just want people to be thankful for the businesses that are here. And I want to encourage you all to patronize your local businesses. And I want you all to accept the fact that there are businesses that are leaving, and they're going to continue to leave, and it's okay. Because you don't need them, they need you. You're the one holding the dollar. You're the one signing the check. You're the one spending. And it's not held in the value of the dollar. It's held based off what you do with your dollar. Wealth is not determined by how much you earn. It's not even per se determined by how much you save. Wealth, in my opinion, is determined based off how you're making the money work for you. And how does your money work for you? How does your money work for you spending it with these businesses that are no longer here? How much return have you gotten off your money with these businesses that are no longer here? Did they write you a check and tell you thank you for spending, your money with us for 20 years? Did they pick up the phone and call you and shoot you an email now in this digital era? Did they send you an email and say, hey, we're leaving? They know how to send you coupons to your email, right? They can send you a coupon to your email. They can send you a coupon to your cell phone. Did they tell you, hey, unfortunately, we're no longer going to be in the area. Thank you for being a customer. Did they do that? So why are people so bent over the fact that this has truly happened? Patronize your local people. Patronize the person around the corner. Oh, I'm not going to do that. I don't know. They ain't been, you know what? People used to serve food out their kitchens for years. But you know what? The people who want to run everything came in the picture. These local governments and these regional governments and these statewide governments and these federal-wide government agencies comes in the pictures and says, look, you're not going to do what I say do unless you do it the way I say do it. You know why? Because I got to get my cut. That's all it is. It's just about everybody getting their cut. So if you know people that are doing things on a smaller scale, tell those people thank you and reach out to those people. They may be doing things that they have a passion for, but they're also doing something that benefits you and benefit me if we patronize them and spend our money with them. And I just need people to try to absorb that, let that sink in, and be okay knowing that we don't need other people's businesses. We're the ones signing the check. We're technically the bigger banks. We just got to get on board with how we utilize our resources. So if it's anything, or anybody that that may have, the knowledge or have the finances, now it's past time to come to the table, have a meeting, and see if you all can make it work. And it doesn't have to be big. My sister reminds me, do not despise small beginnings. And she also reminded me the other day, just because it's not a corporation don't mean it's not thriving, and don't mean it's not excelling, and don't mean it's not doing well. And I want to leave you all with the thought, business is leaving Jackson. Is it a bad thing? Letha is saying no. Thank you for tuning in today to Letha's Real Talk on the We Believe Digital Podcast Network. I am Letha. Please invite everybody to follow the platform We Believe Digital Podcast on all social media platforms. And also please look up Letha's Real Talk on all platforms everywhere. That's Lethas, Real Talk everywhere. Thank you all. Have a great day.